Session 6, the global financial system. What we're seeing now globally is a change in this whole world, and we'll see this progressively for the second half of 2020 and maybe into 2021, 2022, maybe even for many, many years into the future. But we're looking at a range of different things now, particularly cryptocurrencies. There's been a lot of talk in the news in the last few years about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And there's also been talk behind the scenes about other things that are going on that maybe a lot of people don't know about. These special drawing rights. This is from the IMF and the World Bank. Now, these things are real in the world right now. Distributed ledger technology in here, or up here, is the correct name for Bitcoin. That's the technology the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Lite and Ethereum and all these other cryptos are based on. Now, this distributed ledger technology can be used in other areas. One of our students here, about a year, maybe 18 months ago, she did an assignment on this technology for ticketing in the hospitality industry for large events. And using this DLT, or distributed ledger technology, and she then, her writing was so good that the lecturer at the time then wrote a paper with her, and they had it published in an international journal, and now that student is doing a PhD in that area now at University of Queensland in the whole area of using distributed ledger technologies for ticketing in hospitality industries. All right. So when we start talking about these things, there's a lot behind them. There's not just Bitcoin or simple things like this. There's Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the AIIB, that was been recently set up in Shanghai, and there's another one I haven't put on here. It's called the BRICS Bank, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. The BRICS Bank was also set up in Shanghai, of which about 80 or 90 countries now, including Australia, are members of money invested in for other development projects around the world. Now, what this is doing is it's changing the money system of the world. Now, also what's happening right now in this month, 2020, is changing what's happening in what's called the petrodollar. The petrodollar is where oil is sold all around the world through a thing called the SWIFT system, and Saudi Arabia now, Russia, America, and the OPEC countries, this whole system now looks like it's fracturing and breaking. So this is going to be a major change for the second half of 2020. So that's what this is all about here now. Now, again, in here, through the global financial crisis back in 2008, 2009, we're starting to see something else happen globally right now about all of this. Now, I can't talk about it because I don't know what's going to happen. Am I staying on top of this as best as I can, and maybe through our collaboration sessions going forward over the next 6, 7, 8 weeks or whatever, maybe things will happen that we can talk about in this area. So this is live right now. And also too, we're watching the price of gold and silver. Right now, if you want to buy silver and you go to buy some, it doesn't matter what the price is, you won't get any because there's none available. Right? So if there's none available, logically, when it comes to supply and demand, if demand is high and supply is low, the price goes up. But right now, the price of silver is coming down, which means that it's being fiddled or manufactured or something is going wrong in the whole system, and this is globally. What I'm saying about this is because I own gold and silver. I like gold and silver. I think they're quite nice. Again, different points on here on each of these different issues. Please go through them, and then also here this Bank of International Settlements. Try to analyse what this bank is, because this is the bank that owns or controls most other banks.